And I was going to play the rest of the 3 hours no matter what,
right?
Because I was not a quitter, and that's how I got to the place I got to, for motivation of failing, and I wasn't gifted. And at that point, I wrote a poem, and it goes like this: "Those who endure can always do more, 'cause pain is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Don't think of your sorrow, think of tomorrow, 'cause pain is the name of the game."
Yeah.
So get off your and play that brass. I don't know what you could say, because pain is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Now here's the metaphysical part of it. Yeah, that's a great little poem. But now I have 3 hours, and I picked up my trombone, and I couldn't play a note. I was done. And I was going to keep playing for 3 more hours. And at that point, I learned how to play, because the pain taught me and exposed to me my poor technique.
Right.
It says, wait a minute, you're pressing the mouthpiece in too hard. My toes hurt. It says, wait a minute, you don't need to curl your toes. And I became, at that point, I started approaching trombone playing like a Zen master would approach it. And that changed my life and my attitude.
Now, talking, of course, you were speaking earlier about how your lips were hurting. You have to really, literally take care of your lips, don't you? They have to be, I'm sure, conditioned, and otherwise they could get very cracked and inhibit your playing.
Yeah, well, that's true. But thank goodness the human body does that without much attention. So unless you're, in the winter or something. But in terms of maintenance, there's hundreds of muscles that you need to get muscle memory, like putting the key into a car.
Right.
And then you have to, it's a complicated thing to be able to hit a note on demand. And it's basically done through repetition and also learning good technique to learn how to relax. So certain players will get a bad habit, keep it their whole life, and they'll have difficulty achieving things because of that one bad habit, and they may not realize it. And we all have them.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone again, we're speaking with Joel Greenblatt, and my co-host is Michael Emanuel. You're listening to Eleanor's Elite Radio, and I want to let everyone know that all of Joel's information will be on my Eleanor's Elite Radio fan page, my website, my fan page, and my personal Facebook page as well. Just tune in, and I have everything there for you. He's performing at Stiegel's this Saturday?
This Saturday, 2 p.m.,
this
casual,
Saturday,
with the big band, 17-piece big band.
17-piece big band from 2 to 5 o'clock at 1395 Cypress Avenue. There's only a $2 cover. Please,
That's
just
right
go.
by US 1 in O'Galley, behind San Remo's restaurant.
Yep.
There's a little back plaza there.
And the Jazz Cats is also performing Monday, February 13th at Tracy's Lounge in Suntree. The phone number there is 321-242-4863. You can call me or Facebook me, and I will get you all this information, and I'll actually take a picture and have this on my Facebook as well.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be a big pre-Valentine's Day party and a kickoff for our Steady Mondays.
Yes, I think so. I love Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
do you love Valentine's Day, Michael?
Love Valentine's Day.
We have a little local events that are coming up. I just want to tell everybody about it. We have Brevard's Got Talent. You know what we should do? We should go enter this contest, me and you, right? I will make believe and play on the trombone, but you'll really be in the back playing it for me so we can win this competition. What about that?
No way. We're going to do something different. What we're going to do, what we'll do instead is I'm going to play trombone with you, and I'm going to give you a trombone, and I'm going to teach you for the first time ever how to play trombone in front of an audience, and then we'll perform a piece.
Oh, all right. Then we can legitimately win.
Yes.
Anyway, so there is.
Well, maybe Michael wants to do that.
You know what? We could do that.
Yeah,
baby.
we can do it.
Count me in.
It's
Yeah,
Friday, January 20th, Brevard County, of course, Melbourne Auditorium, 8 o'clock to 11. 321-431-1614. So it's at the Melbourne Auditorium. It's on East Hibiscus Boulevard. Brevard's Got Talent competition. I think that sounds like fun. Then we have something called the Masterpiece. Monday. Oh, wait. I think that's past, though. Never mind. Sorry. That's a past thing. We have coming up at the King Center, my old friend Steve Janicki, I love him, has Sunday, January 22nd, the Olate Dogs. They're at the King Center. And that number there is...
At the King Center?
Yeah, 321-242-2219. It's right here on Wickham Road. Give them a call and you can get tickets. These were the dogs that were on America's Got Talent last year and won. I don't know. You know, I got to tell you, I saw a video on Facebook. Here I go. Eleanor, animal activist that she is. I saw a video yesterday. I posted it and I labeled it a very unkind word. 2 letters, 1 M, 1 F. You figure it out. It was a trainer. I guess there's a new movie, which I didn't hear anything about, called A Dog's Purpose. It's about these dogs that are rescue dogs and how they save people's lives. Anyway, there was TMZ, who I love, was there videotaping the trainer training this big shepherd to jump into very turbulent man-made water for the movie. And the dog is literally crawling and clawing and crying to get out of this water. And the trainer kept pushing him back in. I mean, literally like bending the dog back to put him back in the water. And then there was another clip, God bless TMZ, and they went that the dog swam and was drowning. It just astounds me that this is still going on. Now, we finally shut down Ringling, Barnum and Bailey crap circus. Thank God it's finally done and over with. You know, I don't care if you were a kid and had good memories.
Yeah, I do.
Because I have memories without animals. Look at Cirque du Soleil. They've been successful, you know, in performing all over without animals. You don't need the animals, you know. You don't need bull hooks that dig 6 inches into an elephant's skin, you know, to train them. And this is what you have to know if you want to be intelligent and make that decision. So please, anybody listening, do not go see A Dog's Purpose. Boycott the movie because this trainer is an idiot and doesn't know how to train an animal. All right, so that's done and over with, and I'm moving on. Something else I was going to say about animals. But anyway, I digress. The Olay dogs performing at the King Center. Supposedly, those 2 gentlemen, I think they're from Brazil. They're from another country. They did, however, rescue these dogs from a rescue shelter and train them, and supposedly trains them with love. I'm still not going, but I'm just letting you know it's supposed to be a little bit better situation. I'm sorry. I'm very much for people that don't have a voice, for children and for animals, and that's my shtick. So if I go off on it, you have to accept me and move on.
No,
right?
That's okay. That's why you have Eleanor's Elite Radio.
I know, because I feel so bad for these animals and children.
I could share a little insight on that because a friend of mine is a dog trainer, and sometimes some of these dogs are very smart, and they're hyper, and their owners don't know what to do with them because the dogs take over the house. And the dog from Frasier, remember that little dog?
Yes.
And he was one of those.
A little Jack Terrier.
Yeah, he was one of those super smart dogs. And what happened was he got passed around because they couldn't stand him. His owners couldn't stand him. He was too hyper for them. And he wanted to. Anyway, he ended up in a dog trainer. So he became the dog on Frasier. And the dog trainer talked about how he saved the dogs from his own depression and misery because he didn't have a job.
Wow.
And he didn't understand and have a purpose in life. So I would imagine that people in the show have dogs and they look happy because they generally are. So it's a different type of scenario sometimes.
I think everybody, I think for Hollywood, though, honestly, it's all about the big bucks. That's
what
without
it is. A doubt. But
yeah.
Totally.
I'm sure there are people.
There's an interesting flip side to something.
There is.
Yeah.
And I feel like my dog, you know, being that I was for many years, like 5 years in a wheelchair, I was crippled. I couldn't walk for 5 years because I needed like X amount of surgeries. And I was grossly very heavy. And my dog was my only outlet. He was my pain therapy / dog. He was just a little mutt dog, but he gave me so much love and he was there for me for that whole time. Saw me lose over 100 pounds, saw me start running after my surgeries and walking. Yeah. So, you know,
that's you.
That's like,
beautiful.
Like we were talking about before with exchanging energies and batteries, that happens between a dog and the owner. And a dog will actually change your energy, lower your blood pressure, and do all sorts of things. So it's a beautiful experience.
And that's why they have therapy dogs that go to the old age homes and to see sick children. Because it gives them that love and that beautiful, warm feeling in their heart.
Wonderful animals.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit just before we're ready to go. I found out, I read on the internet that Lady Gaga is performing at the Super Bowl halftime.
Oh. Wow.
I don't know. I love her.
Yeah, I love her
love
too.
Gaga. she's performing, and she made a couple of statements that she is, of course, going to be very politically open in her statement before she does her performance. She went as far as to build in her backyard, a very huge dancing studio or stadium in her backyard for practice. So I thought that was pretty cool because I love Gaga. I just love her. I think she's just so intelligent and so creative. And I think my favorite performance is her on Howard Stern when her grandfather had passed away. And she gave a performance that, I mean, it was just out of this world. What was the name of the song? On the Edge of Glory. Oh, it's dynamic. But anyway, I love her. So she's going to be on the Super Bowl. Yay for Gaga. I know, because I don't like Super Bowl. Are you a football person?
Nah, I just look at it because it has pretty colors.
Yeah.
And the music and the
I watch
performance,
basketball, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
I'm getting away from this. So
now,
aggravating.
basketball, I can tolerate basketball. Football, except for Super Bowl and have people over to have maybe a cocktail and appetizers. That's the only reason why I do Super Bowl. I hate it. I'm not a football person. Do I look like a football person? Oy, nothing.
Just give me the food. Yeah, I'm good.
We'll play a little two-hand touch after the show.
Come on. Anyway, I want to also talk a little bit, just a few seconds on Michael Emmanuel Couture's beautiful fashion night out coming in July. I was going to say January. Coming in July.
Yeah, July 29th.
And
Egali Civic Center.
It's a big gig.
It's going to be huge.
Yes.
Yeah, fashion night out. So, get your girlfriends, get your boyfriends, get dressed
Bring
up.
them both.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bring all your friends. Come to this amazing fashion show
event. And when are tickets going to be available?
You know what, Eleanor? I have not decided as of yet.
You know what? You're going to have to give me 2 tickets so I can give them away.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
We will do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Anyway, I want to thank Joel Greenblatt today for being here. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Joe,
you brought a wonderful, beautiful energy to the show today, and I want to thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I enjoyed it. My
so
pleasure.
much.
It's great meeting both of you.
Yes, and I want to thank you, Michael, again. And next week, we have a dynamic...
We can't tell.
No talking.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome.
But we have a dynamic show next Thursday.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be out of the studio. That's all we're telling you right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it's, oh my gosh.
Okay. Anything else
Michael,
you want?
are you wearing your own fashions?
Actually, you know what? I like to put different things together. If it don't look like it goes together, I'm going to put it together.
When I first saw you, I was fascinated by it. It's just, it's like a yin-yang of like a leopard. It is just the coolest thing in the world. And tell me about your fashion show, because I'm kind of curious. I mean, you seem like such a fascinating person to me. What's the show going to be like?
It's just going to be all fashion.
So is it your fashion?
I am a
He's
fashion
a designer.
What kind of space is it? A large space? Or how do you envision the event?
Egali Civic Center is, I think it's...
pretty big.
Yeah, it is a big place.
3,500 square feet, I believe.
Wow. Do you have any other artists there with you, or is it all going to be your stuff?
I can't tell you that.
Oh,
because
are they going to be for sale?
My garments are going to be for sale right off the runway. Absolutely.
Man, I got to go.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by your energy and your clothes.
So you want to come?
Yeah.
So... Okay, you know what? I have a complimentary ticket for you. How about that?
That's what I'm talking
about.
There
we go.
You and your wife? You and...
Maybe my wife. It's hard to get her to come out of the house.
You know, that would be one of those nights that
she's so busy feeling your head.
Yeah, just tell her, just tell her you want to take her somewhere special.
She might come to a fashion show.
Yeah,
she might. Yeah,
I got 2 tickets for you there.
Oh, that's
already done.
That's beautiful.
I would love to have you there.
And because of that, I got 2 tickets for you for some show that's the next show that has tickets.
Excuse me, what am I, chopped liver over here?
Well, what kind of show you got coming?
I got nothing. I got this show every Thursday.
You better get into fashion.
You know we got you.
Joel, how can people purchase tickets to your thing, or no?
Well, the beauty of what I'm doing right now is everything is free except for Stiegel's, which has that small cover.
Yeah.
So really, what I'm looking to do is just to attract. I'm looking to build a scene in a Tracy's, and so they just come down. And what we do is we network, and we. Besides
the February gig at Tracy's, are you there now?
No. So what we did was we went for an audition gig to see how Tracy's liked us and to see how the band liked the acoustics, because I won't play a place unless it feels right, because we don't get paid much money. So
Right.
unless there's a big enjoyment factor as a kickback.
How about CDs for sale? Do you have any of your CDs that are available to purchase?
Yes, we do.
All right.
We bring them, yeah.
And we can find that where?
Oh, I'm still a dinosaur text in terms